48 Chronicles is an interactive fantasy adventure game played on YouTube, with the stream itself acting as your dungeon master, and the players deciding the actions of the character via the live chat. If you would like to play, hit the bell notification to be alerted next time we start a game.
Loser Nerd was chosen from the live chat. Stab her through the heart, ending the battle. With a deep breath, you grip your longsword, feeling the familiar weight in your hand. You observe Tiamat, watching for an opening. Her stance wavers slightly, her breath labored, and you see your chance. You dash, the world blurring around you, and with all your might, you aim for Tiamat's heart. To determine if your strike lands, you'll need to roll a d20 for this attack. You rolled 1. As you make your move, adrenaline surging, your boot catches on a loose stone. You stumble, your attack going wide. Your longsword clangs harmlessly against Tiamat's scales, the impact jarring up your arm. Tiamat, seizing the opportunity, swipes at you with a clawed hand, sending you sprawling back. You taste blood, the pain sharp but not debilitating. It's a minor injury, but you can't afford many more. You need to get back in control of this fight. Tristan Armstrong was chosen from the live chat. Fire more arrows at the wound from the dragon's bane. In the midst of battle, Glaven, you draw your shortbow, reaching for the quiver at your side. Each arrow is tipped with the dragon's bane, a rare substance known for its potency against these fearsome creatures. You nock an arrow, pulling back the string with practiced ease, and aim for the gaping wound in Tiamat's side. Let's see if your aim is true. Roll a d20 for this attack. You rolled 19. Your focus narrows, the world around you fading as you take aim. With a deep breath, you release the string, sending the dragon's bane-tipped arrow flying straight towards Tiamat. The arrow finds its mark, sinking deeply into the dragon's wound. Tiamat howls in pain, writhing on the ground. The dragon's bane takes effect almost immediately, and the massive beast's movements start to slow. You've dealt a significant blow, but Tiamat is not defeated yet. Baste8 was chosen from the live chat. Try to mount Tiamat's back, this way you can stab her from the back. You see your opportunity. With Tiamat writhing from the pain of your arrow, you sprint forward, leaping onto the dragon's back. Her scales are rough under your hands, her body heaving with each breath. You attempt to climb towards a spot where her scales are softer, a vulnerable point. But getting there won't be easy, especially on a beast as formidable as Tiamat. Let's see if your dexterity and strength can get you there. Roll a d20 for this strength and dexterity check. You rolled 14. Using all your strength and agility, you manage to maintain your grip on the dragon's rough scales, despite her thrashing. You pull yourself higher, inching towards the vulnerable spot between her massive shoulder blades. Tiamat roars, twisting and trying to throw you off, but you hold on with grim determination. Finally, you reach your destination, clinging to Tiamat's back. Now, the opportunity is yours. Maureen Peters was chosen from the live chat. Stab with all your might. Gathering all your strength, you raise your longsword high above your head, its blade gleaming in the twilight. With a mighty cry, you plunge your weapon down, aiming for the soft spot in Tiamat's scales. This is a critical strike, one that could end the battle if it lands. Roll a d20 for this attack. You rolled 12. Your longsword descends, finding its mark between Tiamat's massive shoulder blades. The dragon roars, a sound of pain and fury that echoes off the surrounding mountains. Your sword cuts deep but not deep enough. You pull out your sword, ready for another attack. Tiamat rides beneath you, trying to throw you off her back. The dragon is severely wounded now, but she's still not down. It's a battle of endurance now. Lady of the Lindens was chosen from the live chat. clings so she loses much blood and drains herself to extreme weakness. Holding on tightly to your longsword, you dig your heels into Tiamat's side, trying to keep your position on her back. Tiamat thrashes and roars beneath you, trying to throw you off, but you cling on with all your might. The dragon's movements grow weaker, her roars lessening in intensity as blood seeps from her wounds. Slowly, Tiamat's thrashing subsides. Her breathing grows labored, and she collapses onto the ground, exhausted and severely wounded. You slide off her back, landing gracefully on your feet. Tiamat is now at her weakest, barely moving. This could be your chance to end the fight. Loser Nerd was chosen from the live chat. Work in front of the dragon to mock her, then land the final blow. With a smirk on your face, you stand tall in front of the weakened Tiamat. You begin to dance, a mocking display meant to enrage the dragon. Tiamat glares at you, but she's too weak to respond. Your dance ends, and you draw your longsword once more, ready to land the final blow. With a swift move, you aim your sword at Tiamat's heart. Let's see if your attack lands. Roll a d20 for this final attack. You rolled 13. Your blade soars through the air, reflecting the firelight from the flaming remnants of the village. With a final, echoing roar, your blade pierces Tiamat's heart. The dragon's eyes widen in surprise before they slowly dim, her towering body going still. As Tiamat draws her last breath, the land around you grows quiet. The villagers peek out from their hiding places, their faces awash with relief and awe. You have done it. You have slain the dragon and saved the town of Eldrin. With the dragon defeated, the villagers begin to cheer, their voices ringing out in joy and gratitude. You've accomplished your mission, Glaven. You ensured the safety of the village, and brought peace back to the land. Your story will be told and retold, a tale of bravery, resilience, and victory. As the cheers of victory die down, a figure steps out from the shadow of the forest bordering the devastated village. A tall, angular woman with a stern expression and an aura of power. Her robe, adorned with dragon motifs, shimmers in the moonlight. The crowd falls silent as she walks straight towards the fallen Tiamat. This was not to be. You've killed my ward, my precious Tiamat. The woman's voice is a haunting whisper, laced with sorrow and building fury. I am the Dragon Keeper, and you've invoked my wrath. With a wave of her hand, she casts a spell on the clutch of dragon eggs nestled near Tiamat's body. They begin to shudder, then crack, and finally, the baby dragons start to push their way out, one after another. Their scales glisten in various hues under the twilight, and their eyes, filled with unknowing innocence, fixate on the Dragon Keeper. The Dragon Keeper turns her gaze back on you, her eyes full of promised revenge. The cycle continues, Glaven. You have slain one dragon, but now, you've given rise to many more. These are Tiamat's children, and they will know of their mother's fate. The moment of celebration has turned into a moment of dread. The real challenge might only be beginning for you, Glaven. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Maureen Peters was chosen from the live chat. Chop off the woman's head. Fueled by anger and the urgency of the situation, you draw your longsword once more. With a swift, decisive movement, you charge towards the Dragon Keeper, aiming to end this threat before it can escalate further. Your attack is swift and unexpected. Roll a d20 to see if your strike lands. You rolled 1. As you charge toward the Dragon Keeper with your longsword in hand, she turns to face you, a smirk playing on her lips. At the last moment, she utters a word in a language you don't understand, and a force field springs up around her. You collide with it hard, your sword clanging uselessly against the invisible barrier. The force of the impact sends you reeling backward, landing in a heap on the ground. I'm not so easily defeated, Glaven, the Dragon Keeper taunts, her voice carrying a chilling promise. She raises her hand, the baby dragons around her starting to growl. You've failed in your attack, and it seems like another battle is brewing. Loser Nerd was chosen from the live chat. Her bonus hole attacker, as such barriers are often weak to wolves. You whistle sharply, summoning bonus hole, your loyal wolf companion. His eyes meet yours, a silent understanding passing between you. With a low growl, bonus hole charges towards the Dragon Keeper. As bonus hole leaps towards the barrier, it flickers slightly. It's not enough to let him through, but it's a noteworthy reaction. The Dragon Keeper seems taken aback, her confidence wavering for the first time. Your wolf's attack has revealed a possible weakness in her defenses, but you'll need a solid plan to exploit it. Plague Broker was chosen from the live chat. Collect the baby dragons, and run to escape. Aiming to raise the babies is your own, small army of loyal dragons. Your gaze falls on the newly hatched baby dragons, their innocent eyes wide and curious. A plan starts to form in your mind. You start moving slowly, carefully, so as not to alarm the baby dragons or draw the Dragon Keeper's attention. To successfully collect the baby dragons without alerting the Dragon Keeper, you'll need to pass a stealth check. Roll a d20 for this stealth check. You rolled 12. Moving with all the stealth you can muster, you approach the baby dragons. They watch you curiously, but don't seem alarmed. However, as you reach out to pick one up, the Dragon Keeper notices your movement. What do you think you're doing? She snarls, her eyes flashing with anger. The scene is now tense, the hatched dragons showing signs of agitation. You've managed to collect a couple of the baby dragons, but the situation is escalating quickly, and the Dragon Keeper is now fully aware of your intentions. Based Ape was chosen from the live chat. Grab the rest of the dragons and flee as bonus hole keeps the Dragon Keeper in place. With a sharp whistle, you signal bonus hole. Your loyal wolf companion lunges at the Dragon Keeper, growling menacingly and effectively drawing her attention away from you. In the distraction, you scoop up the remaining baby dragons, their tiny bodies writhing in your arms. Rolling a d20 will determine how successful your escape attempt is. Roll a d20. You rolled 3. As you turn to flee, clutching the wriggling baby dragons in your arms, the Dragon Keeper cries out in fury. A surge of magical energy pulses from her, rippling through the air and hitting you like a physical blow. You stumble, your grip on the baby dragons loosening. Some of them slip from your hold, scattering and screeching in fear. The Dragon Keeper is quick to recover them, her eyes burning with wrath as she turns them back to you. Your escape attempt has failed, and the situation is now more dire than ever. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Lady of the Lindens was chosen from the live chat. Use knowledge of dragon songs to whistle and chirp to convince the baby dragons I am their mother and they ought be with me. Remembering the ancient songs and stories about dragons, you begin to whistle and chirp, imitating the sounds a mother dragon might make. The baby dragons, still confused and disoriented, glance at you, tilting their heads in curiosity. This is a persuasion attempt, and success will depend on how convincingly you can mimic the sounds. Roll a d20 for this persuasion check. You rolled 17. With a surprisingly convincing imitation of dragon calls, you begin to sway the hatchlings. They cock their heads, their eyes blinking in confusion as they turn to look at you. Then, one by one, they start to edge closer, drawn by the comforting sounds you're making. The Dragon Keeper watches in disbelief, her magical shield wavering as her concentration falters. No, they are mine, she screams, her voice falling on deaf ears as the baby dragons continue to move towards you. The tide of the situation seems to be turning in your favor. Loser Nerd was chosen from the live chat. Whistle to bonus hole to rip this awful woman's throat out. With a sharp whistle, you signal bonus hole. The wolf's eyes meet yours, a silent understanding passing between you. With a low growl, Bonus Hole lunges at the Dragon Keeper, aiming for her unprotected throat. This is a critical attack, one that could end this confrontation. Roll a d20 for Bonus Hole's attack. You rolled 20. With a swift, elegant leap, Bonus Hole lunges at the Dragon Keeper. His jaws snap shut around her throat, his teeth sinking into her flesh. The Dragon Keeper cries out in pain and surprise, her hands reaching up in a futile attempt to pry Bonus Hole away. The magical barrier around her flickers and dies, her concentration broken by the sudden attack. The Dragon Keeper falls to the ground, Bonus Hole standing over her, his eyes glowing in the dim light. The baby dragons, now free from the Dragon Keeper's influence, scamper over to you, nuzzling against your legs. With the Dragon Keeper defeated, the threat is over. You've managed to turn the situation around, showing once again your bravery and quick thinking. Glaven, you've not only saved the village but also adopted a brood of baby dragons. Your story will be sung in taverns and towns, a tale of a ranger who turned the tide against a dangerous enemy. In the end, the Dragon Keeper's revenge was thwarted, the baby dragons found a new protector, and peace returned to the town of Eldrin. As the sun begins to rise, casting a soft glow over the village, you take a moment to appreciate the quiet serenity. Loser Nerd was chosen from the live chat. Retire from adventuring, become a painting contractor. With the dawn of a new day, you find yourself reflecting on your journey. But the thrill of adventure has faded, replaced by a yearning for a simpler, quieter life. You decide to hang up your longsword and bow, trading them in for paintbrushes and palettes. Word spreads quickly of your new endeavor. The villagers, grateful for your heroic deeds and intrigued by your unexpected career change, are eager to engage your services. You find yourself busier than ever, painting homes, businesses, even portraits of your baby dragons, which the villagers find both fascinating and endearing. As you stand back to admire one of your completed works, paintbrush in hand, a sense of contentment washes over you. You found peace, Glaven, and a new purpose. And sir, your tale comes to a close. From a noble ranger to a dragon slayer, and now, a beloved local painter. This is the end of your story, Glaven. But remember, every end is just a new beginning. Congratulations, hero. You've completed an incredible quest and shown your strength and mettle. I hope you enjoyed this adventure as much as I did. If you did, consider supporting similar games via Patreon. Any support helps us keep these narratives alive, interactive, and fun. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share our channel with your friends and communities. The more adventurers we have, the richer and more diverse our tales become. And finally, consider joining our Discord server. It's a great place to discuss your experiences, share your ideas, or even just chat with fellow adventurers. On behalf of everyone involved in this adventure, thank you for playing. Safe travels, until our paths cross again in another tale.